Good morning, Year 5. Here is your literacy lesson for today. So today we're going to be using the different poems in your pack. Don't worry too much if you haven't quite got one yet. We have them both on screen now if you'd like to pause it on there and write it. Again, don't worry too much if you haven't got your book or anything. Just use some plain paper to write and hand that back in. So today we have two poems to write a study on. Again, I would have, in class, we would have talked through this a bit more and I would have given you time to do one on just one. But today I think we can write a bit of a study on both. So a study is essentially a review. So what we're going to do is going to read through them and we're going to decide about what the poem's about, how much you liked it, how do you know what the poem's about, and what features you liked about it. So again, we're just looking into, one more time, sort of how good the poem is, sort of really trying to get in and understand all the features of the poem before we sort of move on and get ready to start planning our own next week, well, in the last week of term next week before we go off for our spring bank holidays. So, The Playground Monster, I'll just move that up a little bit because I don't think you can see it very well there, can you? No, not at all. Make it a little bit smaller so it fits on. So, this one's by Pi Corbett, so I'll read it out for you, like I did the other day. So, The Playground Monster. It grabbed me with its tarmac jaws, and then it tried to bite me. It grasped me with its gravely paws, and then it tried to fight me. I live in fear of walking across its great black back. I think it knows I'm talking. It listens at a crack. I fear its greedy darkness, the way it seems to need to reach out when I'm running and grab me for a feed. It grabbed me with its tarmac jaws, and then it tried to bite me. It grasped me with its gravely paws, and then it tried to fight me. So we've read that one before. We sort of trying to know, we already know what that one's sort of about, but I'll read this next one by Valerie Bloom. So, Megastar Rap. I'm the king of the keyboard, star of the screen. They call me Game Master. You know what I mean. 'Cause I am just ace on the Nintendo action. When I get in my stride, you know I don't give a fraction. With Super Mario, I'm a real daredevil. I'm cool, I'm wicked, on a different level. I'll take on anyone who wants to challenge me. No matter what the problem is, I hold the key. I can tell you every shortcut on the Mega Drive. I can put Sonic Hedgehog into overdrive. And I would really like, I really would like to accept your dare, but I've just run out of batteries on my Sega Game Gear for my Sega Game Gear. So we're thinking about what these poems are about. We're thinking about the features that we like. We're thinking about just giving them a review on how much we like them, or maybe if you change anything about them. So I've wrote an example of one here for you. So this is my study on The Playground Monster by Pi Corbett. So I've wrote, The Playground Monster is a poem told from a child's perspective. The child is afraid of the playground. It imagines and imagines it doing all kind of things such as biting children. Pi Corbett brings a child's imagination to life by using verbs and adjectives. He uses adjectives such as grasped and grabbed so that the reader can imagine how dangerous the playground monster is. I didn't put it in there, but that's also showing personification. So this child's imagining this playground has come to life. And, and it's also sort of imagined that how dangerous it is by using those words. So the playground obviously can't literally grasp and grab, can it? But by doing that, we're sort of seeing what the child imagines, aren't we? We're getting inside the head of the children. So the poet uses personification to make the monster sound realistic. He says it tried to fight me, and it listens at the crack. These descriptions make it sound real. So I'm going into that. I've not really said what other features it's used. I've only really highlighted one. And again, you can do a lot more than that. I know you can. So know that you've done stuff like this before. And we also need to think about what we would change, what we might add to it. But anyway, that's your example of that one. If you want to pause it here and read through it again, that's fine. I'll show you the one that I did for Megastar Rap. So, this poem is fun to read. The poet writes in first-person narration and emphasizes how great they are at playing computer games. The poet uses informal language such as I'm cool and cause, short for because, of course. This allows the reader to express their attitude when reading. The last word on each line rhymes with the following last word. It helps to create a steady rhythm and fast-paced flow. This poem is similar to the Playground Monster because it is told from a child's point of view. It is different because the Playground Monster does not have informal language. Yeah, the Playground Monster is a lot more serious, isn't it? So, if you want to pause this one, so you've got 2 examples. So all I'm expecting really is 2 sort of reviews, studies, all about this poem by Valerie Bloom. Okay. I've also, if you want to pause it afterwards, on this this page here, this has some language structures to help you start your sentence off as well. But you should be able to do this really, really easy, guys. I'm looking forward to seeing this in the afternoon Zoom. I'll see you very, very soon and have a lovely day. If you do need any help, my emails are open all day. And take care as well, obviously.